All right, let's get started. My name is Randy Lindsay. Welcome to Hawkeye Traders live presentation with special guest Nigel Hawks on the topic how to predict market direction using volume and price. Want to let you know a little bit about myself and my background. I came to Hawkeye back in 2007 during a live Hawkeye seminar where Nigel was teaching on this new software I just purchased through Hawkeye Traders. And it was at that point that my trading has turned around. I was informed and taught on the importance of volume in the markets and the importance of using triple time frames in my trading. Before that, I was a swing trader and I was also a very fast scalper. I burned through a whole bunch of accounts trying to find my footing in the market, but it wasn't until I found out the key about trading, and that was using volume and price together with triple time frames that helped me to see that. And Nigel's going to go through and talk to you about that and give you a lot of background on how to get that yourself. So Nigel, are you there?
I'm here, Randy. Good evening, everybody. You're going to hand it over to me, Randy?
It's all yours.
Is it all mine now?
It is. Your screen is showing right now.
And my pretty face?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's go. Good evening, everybody. I say good evening because I'm speaking to you from England, and for those in the room, we've got a real big turnout tonight. I'm located on an island that's just off the south coast of England, between England and France, where autumn has arrived with vengeance today. I'm going to take you through a presentation on my journey, understanding volume, and then doing some real live examples in the market, and of course giving you a very special offer on the Hawkeye volume at the end. This isn't going to be a long presentation because I know that PowerPoints and these presentations can get exceedingly long and exceedingly tiresome and boring. So let's start. What we are going to be doing today is, of course, I've got to go through the normal disclaimer that this is for education purposes only. We're not licensed to give trading recommendations, and nor do we wish to. So the introduction today is going to be to volume, the application of volume, closing thoughts, and when I'm doing that, I'm going to show you also lots of examples. And then the main point and the most important point of the presentation is questions. I will be asking you at some stage to make me look at any markets that you so wish in any time frames, and then I will be handing it over to Randy, who will then be continuing for about another 20-30 minutes answering your questions also in detail. But before we go any further, Randy, we've got two polls that I'd like to put out, please. Could you just put these two polls out so I can get a feel of exactly what the structure of the room is, please?
Okay. I just started the first poll. What is the primary market you trade? If you don't trade anything on that list, then you might be in the wrong webinar. Because we don't do houses here.
Maybe we should.
Real estate, yeah, put that on the list there. Yeah.
I was just speaking to Randy whilst we were getting ready for this. I'm just moving into a new house in the next couple of weeks, and I said to Randy, I said, never has my checkbook been prized open so much as moving a house. By the time you put new kitchens in and bathrooms and recarpeted and painted and rewired and replumbed, my goodness, that checkbook is given a beating. And can we do the second poll, please, Randy?
All right, let me share the results of that first one.
As soon as I've got these polls, we'll start rattling on.
It looks like the majority of people in this class are options traders, 35%.
Right. Okay.
Followed by index futures, this is number 2.
Yeah.
And then equally shared between Forex and stocks.
Okay. So stocks have it because the options, I guess, will be options on stocks.
Right.
And time frames, Randy?
Okay. Got that right there. If you are a scalper, meaning that you like to take trades in and out very quickly. Are you an intraday trend trader? Are you a swing trader where you hold positions overnight? Or a position trader where you hold positions weeks or months on end? So far it's looking like swing traders are winning.
Yeah.
Intraday trend traders are a close second, but that's updating.
Okay. Let's move on, Randy. It's 20 to 10 at night here, and I'd like to really get through to show everybody some of the great charts setups. So what's it showing? More
of swing
position
traders.
trades?
Swing traders.
Swing traders.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's right down your alley, yeah. Intraday traders are second.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much. And the reason that Randy said that's right down your alley or right up your alley is that one of the most important things and the biggest decisions that a trader ever makes is what time frame they trade. And nearly every trader that I come across is trading far too fast a time frame. They're all trading the 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and getting beaten up instead of looking at these longer term trends that you're getting, etc. So let's have a look at traditional trading. We've got to remember between 70 and 80% of traders are failing. They're using traditional trading strategies, MACD, stochastic, Bollinger Bands, Elliott Waves, etc., etc., etc. And these strategies really don't work, because if they did, there wouldn't be the high turnover of traders in the market. Now, I know that is a very, very broad statement, because also one of the main things that you have to do also to become a great trader is to do some work on your mental strength, which most traders do not do, but it is paramount and should be one of the 3 legs of the stool that really make you a great trader. And that's why volume is so important, because it is the only leading indicator. It signals price movement before it happens. It signals the market intent, particularly before news announcements. All other indicators are lagging. You must remember that these indicators have been out, MACDs, etc., for a long, long time. They're lagging indicators, whether they're moving averages, whatever, they're lagged. And volume on triple time frame is the key. When you see the charts that I'm going to come to, and you suddenly see the setups when there's harmony over the 3 time frames, you really do have the edge, because we've just finished a seminar in London this weekend, and I was really teaching the people there, the attendees, that you're not trading whatever market you're looking at, you're trading risk. And volume on triple time frame lowers that risk to a point where you can say, yes, I'm prepared to take this trade. Before I carry on too long, I just want to tell you a little bit about how I became a trader and my journey, because it's quite interesting, and I think in some ways it's atypical. But when I left school, I went and worked for the Times and Sunday Times in London, and out of that I built a solid publishing business. I had some magazines, etc., and I sold those and was kindly invited to be part of the America's Cup team, the big sailing race, back in '86 when it was down in Australia. And when it was down in Australia. And before I went, I met a stockbroker at a drinks party before I went off, and he convinced me that his discretionary account was the way to go. So I put 6 figures in with him and went off sailing for a few years. And when I came back over lunch, he told me he'd lost it all. I thought he'd cheated me, and I started to get all the trading books and go through all the trading notes. And I started to trade myself, and I got to tell you, I was absolutely appalling. I was terrible. I had a large table out in an office, a bit like a wallpaper table. I had graph paper because it would be before instant data and computers, and I did it all by hand, and I got to tell you, I was terrible. I even reached the stage that if my logic was telling me or my analysis was telling me to go short, I went long, etc., etc. Well, of course you can't do that forever. So I realized that you had to be a loser first, and all traders, I think, should realize and acknowledge there are very few traders who trade out of the box very successfully. I haven't, well, I don't think I've met any, frankly, and I've met many, many hundreds of traders around the world. And of course, whilst you are doing that initially to be a trader, you wire yourself up for fear, and you have to overcome that fear to become a successful trader. And that's why I said you have to do work on yourself. It wasn't until I got hold of Mark Douglas, for example, who wrote Disciplined Trader and Trading in the Zone, and had a one-on-one with him, and sadly he passed away a few weeks ago, that really turned me around. And if you want to know more about that, go and have a look on the Hawkeye Traders website. We have Hawkeye Mindset, run by a very talented guy, Dr. Kenneth Reed, who's done a PhD in actual trading and knows Hawkeye in and out, so he can really help you. So what did I do? I thought, well, I've got to really go and find out what the professionals do. So I traveled to the London Stock Exchange, and I went there every day for 2 weeks. I treated it as a full-time job. When the first thing in the morning, I left at lunchtime. In those days, the stock market closed for lunch, and I went out in the evening. I really got to know the floor traders, and I found the missing link by talking to them. For 2 solid weeks, I found it. And, of course, the pit trader has an advantage. They have accountability. They work for somebody. You know, when we are trading by ourselves, we don't have that accountability. Okay, we have a partner who says, how did it go today, dear? And we probably lie through our teeth and say, fantastic, thank you. But we don't have the accountability of a job. So we don't have a boss who looks at our trades every day and says, you know, why didn't you do this, or why did you do that, etc. The floor trader also has free money. He has the bid and the offer, and you can't replicate that at home. But that free money, the bid and the offer, also shows the feeding frenzy that's going on. And that is the feel of the market. You know, they could feel the buying orders coming in. They could feel the selling orders coming in. They could see when the big money management guys were in there buying up, or any of the big houses like Goldman's were in there buying a lot of stock. They could see it and they could feel the market. And that's volume, and that's when I knew that I really had to start my journey, because volume is the key. And of course, the place that I started was going off to meet Richard Wyckoff's family, and they were based in Phoenix in Arizona. He traded in the 1930s and is really the father of VSA, volume price analysis. He studied volume and price in the old days of just the ticker tape. So as I said, I went off to America. I jumped on the plane, found his family was in Phoenix, went off there, and they were based in a very small little corner shop, selling printing materials and doing photocopyings in those days, faxes and what have you. And I managed to buy a copy of his original notes, put them in a U-Haul trailer, took them back to London, and started to devour them and to work on my own way of understanding volume price analysis. And then something hit me, and when it hit me, it's really been revelation to me on understanding volume, and that's the open price principle. Standard volume spread analysis doesn't consider the open. Hawkeye considers this as paramount, and I tell you why. In the old days, the open was not considered. If you think of it, the New York would open, Chicago would open, Kansas City would then open, San Francisco would then open, then it would go across to Tokyo, down to Sydney, back to Singapore, back to London. There wasn't a consistent open, whereas today everybody sees everything at the same time, and it is absolutely paramount because it's very similar to an auction. You know, if an auctioneer starts something at 100 and says any bids on 100 and it goes to 90 to 80 to 70 to 60, 50, so on and so forth, and gets down to 20, and then somebody puts their hand up, it'll probably run itself up to 40 and the hammer will come down and be sold. But if the auctioneer started at 100 and it got down to 80 and then a bid came in, it's more likely to run up to 140. So understanding where it is in relationship to the spread of the day or that bar and also the close is very important. And Hawkeye does over 300 calculations per bar to work out what it thinks the buying and selling was that was occurring on that bar. So that sets the bias for the session, just like the auctioneer sets the bias when he says 100, 90, 80, and a bid comes in and then it starts getting bid up. And that is really volume price analysis in a very short term, but what I'm going to show you in a few moments are the charts because they speak for themselves. But it is a accumulation of 20 years of research, even more than that now. I think it's a sophisticated way of trading. I call it forensic analysis rather than technical analysis. It lets you see the structure of the market and the harmony of what's going on, the battle between the buyers and the sellers and the no demand. It's very, very elegant, I think, and it shows you quite clearly the direction and the bias of the market. It gives you the idea of how to perceive charts, and when I say perceive charts, I mean the structure of the markets across those triple time frames. Shows you where to place your trades. It shows you when to take profits. It shows you when in an uptrend, no demand's coming in, selling's coming in at the top, particularly on those narrow ranging bars where the professionals are handing it over to the amateurs who are still thinking that it's continuing, etc. Shows you how to protect your positions, where to put your stops, how to breathe your stops in and out with volume. Let me give you an example on a 5-minute E-mini chart, and this applies to everything that we will be seeing in a few moments when we start going through real live examples that have happened today. And these indicators that you see on the chart is the package that I'll be discounting and discussing at the end of this very short presentation. So right at the bottom you can see an arrow's come in. That is the Hawkeye volume that's come in, and that's red for buying, white for no demand, and green red for selling, I beg your pardon, white for no demand and green for buying. And that, as I said to you, does over 300 calculations per bar. For those who are interested, what I have done, I've taken the last 20 bars, broken down into groups of 5, and I look at the standard deviation between the open, the high, and the low and the close of each bar, divide them all into each other, weight them, and they go in groups of 5, so 20 to 15, 15 to 10, 10 to 5, and then the last 5 bars are weighted individually. And that calculates out, also taking into consideration the actual spread on the bar, the height of the bar, whether we consider it to be buying, neutral, or selling volume. Next we have those little dots that appear on the volume, and they're very important, particularly for the option people in the room tonight. They really are the heads up with what will be happening, particularly if you're looking at longer term charts, which I guess the option guys would be doing. And they are 3 colors. There's red, which is showing you ultra high volume, yellow, which is showing you high volume, and cyan, which is showing you ultralight volume. Now, you might be looking at that chart as I talk and say, well, where those yellow dots are, those bars aren't high volume. Well, they are in comparison to the last 5 bars preceding, and that's what we're looking at. And that's where people who put a moving average over volume go totally wrong. You need to be in harmony and see what's happening to the left of the chart, but not too far to the left, because as you can see right over to the left where the first arrow is, I got very high volume going in there, but yet there is a yellow on the white bar, a yellow dot on the white bar, showing that it's high volume, and that's a lot higher than the last red dot that's occurred. So it's telling you, it's a conversation piece that takes you through when you look at a chart and you analyze it. Now the other arrow that has just occurred right at the top has occurred when there is what's called an isolated high or isolated lows, and that draws a yellow dot, and you can see that there are several yellow dots. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, there's about 10 on that chart, and they are isolated highs, isolated lows. We call them Hawkeye pivots, and from those we expect 3, 5, 7 bar reactions coming into the market, and they are absolutely fundamental. There's something called a phantom, which we don't draw, but Randy will be showing you those, particularly in the free trading room, which is every Wednesday, but probably in his talk that'll follow on from me in a few moments. And there's another example of those pivots coming in right at the bottom there, pushing it back up. And the other arrow that's just come in has come in on a magenta bar. The magenta bar is twice average true range over 20 bars. They're very important. When they're broken, when the next bar closes under the wide bar, you know that you're into a volatile market. But most of the time, 80% of the time, the bar will try and retrace back inside the wide bar, and they're very, very good. And what I'm going to show you in a few moments that's happened today on the Euro USD has been quite amazing this afternoon, but I'll show you that soon. So let's have a look at these live chart examples now, because this really is the meat. And let me just do this. And now I have to show my screen across. Randy, can you see my screen across?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Well, let's just go through this again. But this is what's happened this afternoon. And it's a phenomenal move, but the volume showed it again. And this is triple time frame trading, which, as Randy said on his introduction, turned him around. It's turned loads of other Hawkeye traders around, and it certainly gives me a very nice lifestyle. So let's just have a look at this. You can see, by the way, I've got on the chart Hawkeye volume that is identical to what is down here as well, so you can have it displayed on the price or on the bottom, but I'm showing you the kitchen sink so you can take a choice. So you can see these pivot highs here, these yellow dots, and you can draw a line through them. And you can see that the price has gone up and hit that line off the pivot, and that pivot was generated off this bar here. Now, a lot of volume indicators, can you see that the close was greater than the open? Would not call that selling volume, but Hawkeye's algorithm comes up and says that's selling volume. Sure enough, the market goes sideways. There's a little bit of buying. It rallies itself up. These two bars are on no demand. Then some red selling comes in. This is on a 240 minute, remember. And then it starts pushing itself down. And just before an announcement came into the market, there's red selling volume pushing it down before these two wide magenta bars. Now let's just drill down a little bit so we can see that we have that came in on this area here and this area here, but we now know that that pivot high is in on red selling volume, as it was at the top here on red selling volume, pushing the market down. And of course we get to this point here and we get the testing going on, and look at this. Before the market cracked, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bars of red selling volume. Don't tell me that the professionals don't know what's happening. Coming into the market, pushing this down, and boom, down it went. And if we drill down even further, you can see that we've had exactly the same here. There's the trend line off the pivot highs here. There's the market coming up, testing it. Every time it comes up, it gets rejected on selling volume, and now we get the bang. There's the wide bar down. Look at these bars here. No demand. They're painted white. No demand. There was no follow through there. But boom, down it came here when that was taken out. But you had red selling volume over here telling you that this market was coming down off your 240 minute. Now, I know this looks complicated probably as I just start and show it to you, but we don't just sell you this for an insane price at the end. We actually teach you how to use this in the Wednesday room, which is free, where Randy will be showing this to you. So you don't just get a good luck card from us. We want you to be a success, and we want you to become part of the Hawkeye family. Let me just move on to some. Again, I'm just going to do these because I've got these in sequence, and the next ones that I'm showing you will be stocks and the E-mini. But again, you can see on the Euro USD, there was the resistance level up here, and here is all the volume pushing this down here, pushing it down, and so you don't get trapped. And this is 5 minutes in this up move. You can't go against the 15-minute, and you can't go against the 30-minute. So, and all of these are just solid reds all the way down here. So this faster vibration here, which could flick you in and out of the trades, just gives you the bias to the downside. So if you wanted to come out there, you could have done, but you should have been getting back in here and here, etc., whilst these 15 minutes and 30 minutes are keeping you short. And I can show you that on any of those currency pairs that you so wish, but I want to carry on and show you more. And here we come on to the stocks. Let's just pull up Apple, most widely held stock in America. And again, just remember, the faster you get to the market, the faster the vibration, and the more unreliable all indicators are. But volume won't let you down because, as I said, you're going to come in on triple time frame. So on the triple time frame, the 120 minute for the option guys are telling you here that it's buying volume all the way up here. Okay, there's no demand there. That doesn't mean it's selling. It's just saying that there's nobody in control, no buyers, no sellers, no demand. And it is positive all the way up here, just pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. And you can see that again on the 60 minutes up here. We know that there's resistance here, which has got to get through, and you can see that it's been up there 1, 2, 3 times today trying to get through that resistance that was put in. But you've got the red volume, you've got green volume here, and no demand volume in here, and then the green volume pushing it back up. So tomorrow one would expect that if that level is taken out, this market will be going up over the 116 level and continuing to have a trend run. Let's have a look at some more. I don't know. Randy, has anybody sent in any particular stocks that they want to see swing trading intraday?
No mentions of stocks specifically. But now that you mention it, they probably will start to fly in.
Okay, so if anybody wants me to look at something on a 60-minute, 30-minute, and a 120-minute on a stock, please send that in, and I'll be happy to look at it.
Home Depot, HD.
HD.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we go to our slow time frame first, and our slow time frame is telling us that there's a lot of chop going on here. Let me just try and expand that up for you. There's a lot of chop going in here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars of no demand, and now you've got a little bar of buying volume that came in right at the end of the day. So that's what was going on there. And then when we come on to the 60-minute, you can see that you've had no demand, but you've now had 3 bars, 1, 2, 3 of buying volume. Drill down to the 30-minute, and you can see that you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bars of buying volume coming in. And what is interesting, do you remember what I said about the wide bar? Price will always try and retrace back into that wide bar unless it's a violent action and keeps going down like that euro. Look at the low there. That was the low of the wide bar that came in, came down, tested it on no demand, white volume. Then the buying volume came in, and you knew at that point there, if you'd been educated by Hawkeye, that was your entry point, and there was a run. Any other stocks, Randy?
Facebook, FB.
I think I got that up here. A very similar story. If we look at Facebook, 120 minute, here you've been in your congestion on your sideways move. You've got two pivot lows here, so you know that the market's got to break these pivot yellow dots here, these lows, to get down. There's a little bit of selling volume that came in there, didn't do anything, and now look, no demand, and then it just pushed itself up, and that occurred also on the 60-minute, and look at it breaking out of this area of congestion here and support. Back down here, resistance here, pushed itself back out, and off it goes again. One more for intraday, Randy.
Intel, INTC.
They all look very similar, don't they? There's your support. There's some red selling, didn't happen. There's your no demand. The next bar on the 120 pushed itself up. That also corresponded with what happened here on the 60-minute, and here's the breakout. There's the white bar there, the magenta, there's the close back inside, there's the close outside. What did I say? When it closes outside of a wide bar, it's showing great strength, and boom, up it goes. But right at the end of the day, there was some profit target taking on the 30 minutes. Let me just show you the E-mini on time, if I may. And this is on a 5-minute, 15, 30-minute. This indicator over here is not included in the package. It's called the Hawkeye Kiss. I just want to show it to you because it certainly gives you the heads up, and it's a very nice indicator. It's just showing you the advanced decline issues in the market. So I've taken the New York Stock Exchange, the mid-cap NASDAQ, and the Philly, put that all into one indicator, so it shows whether the stocks are declining or rising in all those markets together. The green and the red's just an inverse of each other, so when you get to this point here, you can see that the market's starting to come down. More of the stocks are being sold, and that gives this run down here. As you can see, there's the volume coming in all the way down. Then we get right down to the bottom. There's the pivot low. That little yellow dot comes in, and you can see over on the advanced decline it starts to rise. I'll cover that up because it's not included in the package, but I wanted to show it to you because I think it's a very sexy, lovely little indicator to have. And that takes us through. So you can see for the day, and here is the day session on the 30-minute, the bias on the volume was long the whole time. Do you remember that I said earlier on, when you see these little yellow dots come in, these Hawkeye pivots, you get 3, 5, 7 bar reactions in trends. 1, 2, 3, the yellow dot comes in, pushes itself back up. So all day the bias was to the upside. It didn't allow that short to be taken. If you wanted to take it in harmony with this one, you could have done, but you would not have traded it for a trend run. You would have just taken it for a profit target because you were going against your slower time frame. And you can see that here you've just got your uptrend going for the day. And now I want to get to daily, weekly, and monthly. And again, these are mainly commodities. We haven't got, I don't think, any commodity people in the room. It's probably what I trade more than anything else. But you can see that there's some lovely runs here, and I can bring up some stocks daily and weekly and monthly. So let's do that. Let's bring up Apple, and you can see what's happening on Apple. So let's go down to the daily and do some, what I call, as I said earlier, some forensic analysis on that. And you can see that I put the dotted line in where there is resistance. So this price level here has been visited after the wide bar down, and it's come back up and hit the dotted bar 1, 2, 3 times. and now it's come back down and it's starting to rally back up, and we've got buying volume in here, and it's got to get back up through this dotted line here. And if I do this, you can see, let me just take that off, you can see that we've had red selling volume in this move here all the way down here, and now this bar, when it closes at the end of the week, if it continues in that same profile, will be showing green buying volume coming in this week. And also, again, remember what I said, price tries to close within the range of the wide bar. You can see that it's done that here. The wide bar down, that's the magenta, 2 bars closing back in. And just going to show a couple of more. Somebody wanted Facebook, and again you can see Facebook is just breaking out into new highs here on the monthly. Got to get through that, and then that'll be off to the races to its next support resistance level. You can see that it's struggling here. It's trying to get through. It's got green volume pushing itself up, so it should do it. And you've got it on the daily, the green volume pushing itself up. And you look at that. That's interesting. I hadn't noticed that. Let me just pull this down a little bit. You can see that these highs here, everybody knows that these highs have all-time highs been visited before and been rejected. So there were people selling in as soon as it came up to this level here. That's why there's the red volume on the chart. Came straight down for the candlestick guys. There's a doji, and there's buying volume that came in at the end of the bar, showing you that this is expected to continue on an uptrend for the rest of this week. So that is what I want you really to understand by tying this all in. Now I could stay here all night and show you chart after chart, but Randy's going to take more of your questions in detail. I just want to get you back and tell you what we're going to do for you tonight. Randy, you can see the chart, live chart examples, yes?
Yes.
Thank you. So what we're going to do, this is called the Hawkeye Starter Package, which is the volume starter package. And you get the Hawkeye volume indicator, access to the members area. We have a substantial members area on our site, but you have to own an indicator to get into it. Lots of videos, education, etc. The Wednesday trading rooms, which are absolutely free. You can come in any time on a Wednesday. We run them from, is it 8:30 a.m. or 9 a.m. Eastern, Randy?
On Wednesday it's 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Okay. Eastern time, 9 a.m. until about 11. We normally put live trades on for you so you can see the full package working. Thursday we have trading rooms where we're actually taking trades in front of you, mainly on the S&P, but also on stocks as well. You also have access to the Skype room, and the Skype room has been a huge success where members can talk to each other through texting each other in the Skype room, and that has been a huge success for the education of Hawkeye. Plus, we're going to give you a 2-hour live training session on Hawkeye Volume on Thursday, November the 4th at 12 o'clock p.m., and that is all for $97. And if you'd come in a few years ago, that would have been a lot more. But I really want to get the volume indicator out there so people can start trading, understanding the side of the market to be on and where the smart money is. If you don't understand volume, in my opinion, you don't understand trading. So there's the link to buy it. It's available in eSignal, Multi-Charts, TradeStation, and Ninja, and MT4. So come and join us. $97, highly discounted down to where we were a few years ago. And as I say, that's probably less than going out for dinner on a Saturday night and a good bottle of wine. So I'm going to hand you over to Randy now, who's going to take you through more chart examples and answer any of your questions for about another 20 minutes. So I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Come and join us. Come and join the hundreds of others who are trading successfully using Hawkeye. And thank you very much for coming and listening to me tonight. All yours, Randy.
Thank you. Pull this over here. I'm going to be showing I've got a NinjaTrader platform up and running. Let me get my other chart set up here. There we go. And I will, let me put this up here. I'm going to put this back in the background here so that way you'll be able to see the link and then I'll still be able to show the examples. Okay. There we go. All right, so what we're looking at is the NinjaTrader platform with the Hawkeye tools. I can go through and display any other market examples that you'd like. I currently have most of these standard time frames. I can also switch over to a TradeStation platform if there are any other examples. If you are a MetaTrader 4 user, then I've got the examples set up and displayed on all of our MetaTrader 4 platforms as well. Okay, so if you have any specific questions, I can show you that right there. Is there a phone number available? Right now, there's not. The phone number we have on our website is just for messages only. Sorry about that. Can I bring up the ES? Absolutely. I have it already set up on the other platform here, so let me open that up for you right now. Change my screen. There we go. Okay, here's the S&P 500 intraday we're looking at. You wanted to see that. It's the same as the spider, so if you pulled up the SPY, then you've got the intraday of the SPY versus the S&P 500. This is just the ETF. So you can see much of the information. When you've got volume on your side, you can see based upon the big gap, a bunch of buying volume that came in, pushing this market up and out into a small term correction. But you can see that the correction was on low volume, low price bar. And then when the volume and the ATR started to expand, volume expanded with it. So you could see there was a huge driving force of volume pushing the price action up. So you can see based on the action, when we got to a correction and into the line, you can see where volume is telling you this direction of the trend run is complete. You go into a sideways corrective action, price tries to move back up again, but look what volume does yet again, trying to push price back down. All right, and then you can see price moving right back down again. When you see the buyers starting to step right back in again, that's when you see the buying action, the expansion of the ATR, and then expansion of price moving right back up into the close of the day. So straightforward, very easy to see. Crude oil, that's right. I'll pull that one up real quick. The crude oil contract. Okay, very end of the day rally, of course, but let me pull that up to the beginning of today's market, 0820. Okay, the market's open. You can see right after the market opened that there was a lot of pressure to sell right in this region. So you can see price pushing that back down. Buyers try to drive it back up again, but then you can see sellers stepping right back in the market. You've got to understand the value of integrating volume with whatever you're trading. Now, this is not a trading this system. This integrates with whatever you've already got going on. So if you're using moving averages, if you've got a MACD set up where that MACD is sitting here telling you, okay, I've got my fast moving down below my slow moving average, so that is a sell for me. Okay, but if you see volume supporting your trade decision, you're going to make that trade with a lot more confidence. Okay, Same thing here. You got sell action coming in, but you already know that volume is telling you sellers have already entered this market and are starting to push it down. And here is the confirmation of that sell move. Okay, so it's very important to understand the value of volume in the market. When you see the bottom come in, buyers start to step right back into this market, then you know that you're looking for a potential trade decision. If you get a buy to go here and volume is supporting that, then it helps you to take that with much more confidence. Okay? It's very, very, very easy to see. Now, looking at that on one time frame is fine, but when you couple that with a secondary time frame or a third time frame, then that helps you to stay out of a lot of the chop and the mess that's in the market. So if you get a short signal and your second or your third time frame are telling you that they're still in a long trend, then you stay out of the trade. So coupling volume with triple time frames is the key. Dominic says that in Forex there is no volume. Well, that's absolutely true. So how can we look at a Forex market and see volume? Okay, so what's up with that? Yeah, we're just pulling a cat out of a hat here. But no, what we're looking at is tick count. Okay, so we can approximate volume using tick count, and that tick count is about 80% accurate to true volume. And we can do an analysis and comparison of the tick count of a Forex market with the true volume of a futures market. And we can determine there's about 80% accurate. We do the exact same volume spread analysis and volume price analysis on each bar that you see on the other markets, but these are in the Forex market as well. So you have a key advantage over all the other people who think, oh, there's no volume in Forex, so why bother? That's because you do have an advantage, and it gives you an edge over all the other traders. All right. Can I look at Micron? I'll look at Micron on a longer time frame. Daily, weekly, monthly setup for Micron Technology. You can see the monthly chart has gone into a downward sell. Sellers are firmly in control of the weekly as well. You are firmly in congestion on a daily pattern. So everything is sideways and in line with that. Absolutely. There are a lot of people in this room, and I have literally hundreds of questions flying by. So if you could have a little patience with me, I'll be glad to stay as long as you want to answer your questions. But you have patience, I will have patience. I appreciate that. If you could repeat your question, then that would really help me a lot. Instead of just telling me why should I answer your question, because your question's in with everybody else's, so I'll do the best I can. But going back to the illustration, Micron is looking at a sideways and congested market right now. There's no demand for buying in this market. It's very, very weak. So I would not be looking to go long on this one at all. Can I look at bonds? Absolutely. There's the 30-year bond. This is a daily bond, so you can see every time price gets up into the 160 range, you've got a lot of selling action. So we can see that we're starting to trend up, and so price is starting to trend in the direction, right? You see that right here? Okay. But then you've got a declining wedge coming in from the top. See that? So you've got to take that into account, that you're looking at coming into a decision point here. Which direction is this bond going to break on the daily chart? All of these dots, all of our software paints in real time. The colors of the bars are painted at the close of the price bar. So as the bar is developing, you can see there is a small purple bar. See that bar right there? Let me magnify that for you to be able to see that. There's a purple bar that shows you that that bar is still being formed. We're still in the middle of a weekly chart. And you can see that the volume is still purple, which identifies it's still building. So we're not painting the color of the volume until the bar closes, once we can complete our analysis and be able to give you the information once the bar closes. Once it closes, then it stays the same and it never changes. The only way that it will change is if the underlying data itself changes. Is there a PDF with the product? Absolutely. If you once you purchase the software, then you have access to our members area. And let me post the link here again for you. A lot of people are asking about that. There you go. Once you log into the members area, if you're not directed there, then you can access the members area by going to Hawkeye Traders' main website, hawkeyetraders.com. If you click on members, then you click on the Premier Members area. That's what you get access to. Once you have access to the Premier Members area, then you can sign up and enable your software by going to My Account. If you purchase from MetaTrader or NinjaTrader, then you enter the necessary information to enable your account. Once you enable your account, then you're free to download your product, whatever product you purchased, directly from the product's menu. The product you're purchasing is the volume module, and the volume module download link will be available right here for you. So if you have MetaTrader or whatever, then you download the software here. The user's guide, indicator guide is right here. Inside the same location where you download the software. It is a PDF and is available for you right away. We also have several training videos already online for you to start learning and gaining information about the previous 2-hour training videos that we've published for you. In addition to the 2-hour training that's going to be held, and this is outdated. It says Thursday 1 October, but it's actually going to be the 4th of November. So it will be on a Wednesday, the 4th of November at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Time US. I'll update that today to make sure that you have that information. So I apologize for that. You are able to do it on a laptop and a desktop? Absolutely. But Steve, no, we do not have it available for Thinkorswim. You can use your Thinkorswim account with NinjaTrader, and you can link the data feed from your Thinkorswim account into and link to your NinjaTrader platform. That way you can have free data and a free platform and still be able to do all of your analysis in NinjaTrader, but still be able to trade and do everything in your Thinkorswim account. Absolutely. So you just link it together and run right away with it. So that's a great solution for those who have Thinkorswim but don't have access to the software. And no, I'm sorry, it will not work in Sierra charts. Is the webinar available for old owners of the software? Absolutely. Like I showed you, the information will be there. Just send us an email at support@hawkeyetraders.com, and we'll be glad to give you a link to the follow-on live webinar that will be on the 4th. Yes, Nick, you can absolutely attend the training. Like I said, just send us an email to support@hawkeyetraders.com, or if you go to any page on our website, right here. If you go to our website, on any page on our website, at the very bottom, click on Contact Us, and it will give you information that you need to get a hold of us to answer any questions. You're welcome. Interactive brokers will integrate with NinjaTrader as well. So if you buy a NinjaTrader license, you can link your Interactive Brokers account to NinjaTrader and trade your stocks directly through NinjaTrader. That would be the best selection for you. I can absolutely help you to integrate your software. As a matter of fact, I can even show you right now exactly how to do that. So let me switch over to my Ninja platform. share that with you. Okay, if you go to your control center, under Tools, go to your account connections. It's very easy to integrate. Okay, account connections, you can see I already have a TD Ameritrade account set up here, but you just simply add to create a new account, click Next, give it a name, My TD Account, and same information that you log in for Thinkorswim. Then under the list that you see as a provider, you slide on down to the one that says TD Ameritrade, right there. Okay. If you want to connect on startup, you can do that. Make sure that you click the Use TD Ameritrade Servers. But it's very straightforward, and this entire process is described in detail on a video from NinjaTrader as well, so it's not a problem to do that. Just simply click Next, and this is where you use the same username and password that you currently log in right now with your Thinkorswim account. So just enter your username and password here, and you're good to go. Okay? And that's all there is to it. If all you have is a Trade King account, you might need to look at setting up an account at a place that will integrate with one of the existing platforms. And absolutely does work with range charts. I'll pull one up for you just to show you. Okay, I will set up a 5 range chart. Okay, there's a nice 5 range chart. I will put in the indicators here for Hawkeye. Oops. Indicators, Hawkeye volume. There we go. Hawkeye volume. There we go. Oh, I didn't click new. I hate that. There we go. There we go. Now it's loaded in. I do that all the time. I don't know why. I've got a white background. I need to make sure that's set to black. So let me set this color to black. So you'll be able to see that. And click OK. So you can see that the volume appearing on the range bars, whatever range bar you've got set up. And if you would like to use candlesticks, or if you'd like to use regular price open, high, low, close bars, you can do that as well. And you can apply the colored bars as well. So if you want to paint the price bars with the volume, you can do that as well, just by applying the volume paint bar. So like Nigel has said, the 5 indicators that are included are Hawkeye volume, okay, volume radar, volume paint bar, the Hawkeye pivot, and the Hawkeye wide bar. Those are all part of your starter package. And you can integrate that with any of the software that you already have running. So if you're running off of a MACD or a stochastic, or if you're looking at trading these on different markets, then Hawkeye integrates perfectly with the markets that you trade. If you purchase today, how do you get the downloads to put on your system? Do you get an account? Absolutely. You get an account with us. You'll get an email that gives you the ability to log into our membership area. And then from the membership area, you'll be able to directly download the software. And I just went through that just earlier. So this is the access to the members area that you get. You get access to this whole suite of information. The ability to control your account, to sign up for our trade rooms, the ability to download your product, you access to the product videos, the specifics, and any of the resources that you have access to. Within the resources area, you've got our Hawkeye 3-step entry and exit method. information on the 6 ways the market moves, a teaching that we give. You also get access to our Thursday 3-hour live training room every single week. We provide 3 hours of live training every week to help you in your trading. So not only do you get these topics, but you get all of our Thursday sessions, archives on demand to view anytime that you want. So you can see there's tons and tons of training available to you in our membership site. So you're not going to be able to go through this in a month. It's going to take you a long time to go through this material. But the nice thing is you don't have to. Show up for class on Thursday, and I'll be more than glad to get you a head start on that. So all of this information is available for you in the membership area if you become a member today. $97 is a one-time cost. There's no monthly fee associated with it. There's no commitment to the rooms. You can come and go as you please. But I'm here every week, 3 hours on Thursday, 1 hour on Wednesday to make sure that you guys get up and running. Can I show relative strength or an average ATR with the volume? Absolutely. Absolutely. So let me see. What kind of a relative strength indicator do I have here? I don't use relative strength, but if you do, let me see. If I go to R, can I get a relative strength? There we go. Relative strength. Alright, so relative strength is just a separate indicator that shows you relative strength volume is still going to be there. If you're looking at MACDs, you know, you got a MACD moving on that as well. Looks like I've got them loaded on the same chart. I need to separate that. Why won't they separate? Must have messed it up somehow. I got them loaded in the same chart. Anyway, what's the ATR length I'm using? Well, the average true range is based upon an average look-back time. We standard look at 20 as an ATR length that we're looking at. But the volume looks back 5, 15, and 20 bars to do the a measure for the average true range. No, you get access to the Wednesday room and the Thursday room as well. And you get access to our live Skype chat room as well, which is what we refer to as our inner circle. No, it will not work with a stock charts subscription. The software does not run on stockcharts.com. No. What is the volume radar? The volume radar are the small dots that you see right here on the screen. They show significant volume events. The yellow show very high volume. Red shows ultra high volume. Let's see if I can see any red ones here. Ultra high. There's one right there. There's an ultra high relative to the cyan, which is ultra low volume. Okay, so those are significant volume events that we want to point out to you because they are significant, and that low volume shows no demand or that there are turns or reversals imminent. Okay, so when you see these occurring in the market, you know that the market's not going to go in that direction much longer. Okay, same thing here. You can see that there's no demand volume coming in, so this is a topping pattern, and so price isn't going to stay there very much longer. So the radar are important tools to use in setting up and trading these. No, the pivots do not paint before the candle closes. The pivot, by definition, is an isolated high. An isolated high is defined by the previous bar and the next bar. So this pivot will not paint until the following bar closes. So once that bar closes, that's when that dot paints. And that's just by definition. You don't know if it's going to be a pivot high until the following bar closes, verifying it. The trend and stop indicator is part of the standard package. So if you do purchase today, then you'll be able to use your purchase as credit towards upgrade to the standard package. Absolutely. If you do buy and don't have a compatible platform, can you hold the software until you get an account? Absolutely. Your account is good for life, so you will have access to the account. You'll still have access to all the training and all the on-demand videos as well. So it's no problem at all. And you can get a free MT4 or a free NinjaTrader account. If you trade Forex, you can get a free TradeStation account. You'll need to speak with eSignal or Multicharts to see if they can set you up with an account there. Absolutely. No, if you need to have access to the other ones, the special that we have, we're only pointing you towards the volume modules that we're already offering you today to get you started trading volume. That's absolutely right. Yes, just to select any platform if you want to buy for the training. Go ahead and you can purchase for any platform. If you're on Thinkorswim, do the NinjaTrader platform, because then you can integrate your Thinkorswim platform with NinjaTrader and you still will be able to use the software on NinjaTrader. But if you don't want to worry about learning Ninja, then go ahead and use that as a starting point and you can go from there. All the upgrades are free. We usually revise the software if it needs to be changed once a year. We have had 2 updates this year already, and both of those upgrades are free. How do you know which version you have that you've loaded? And if you look at the software, if you format any of the software, then if you go into the General tab, then you can see which version of the software that we're currently running and the year. Okay. On NinjaTrader, it's the same thing. You just simply click on an indicator, and then you go up underneath the application. Right there. So if you click on the indicator, then right here you can see that on the oh no, that's the instrument. I need to click on the indicators. Okay, so any indicator, then you can see right here that on the label is the current version and year of release. Okay. MetaTrader 4, absolutely. MetaTrader 4, all you do is just hover over the Hawkeye tool that you're interested in, and you can see the current version and release of that software on that platform. The software that you need in order to run our platform. Okay, let me pull that right up and I'll post it here for you. Copy and paste. There you go. SAM does not work with Thinkorswim, so you can use it with TradeStation, and you can use it on your laptop and your desktop as well with your TradeStation account. Absolutely. Just one-time fee. It's not going to be the rest of this year before we get on Thinkorswim, so it probably won't be until next summer. So it's going to be a while before we can get up and running on Thinkorswim. Things are slow on the TD Ameritrade front, so right now it's not going to be anytime soon. And yes, you can always change platforms at any time. We will allow you to change for free. That's right. Right now, no, there is no PayPal available. We were running into problems with our PayPal account, so the PayPal is not available right now, but it will be available soon. If that's the only thing that you can pay with, then let me know. Send me an email to support@hawkeyetraders.com, and we'll get you set up and send you a PayPal link that you can buy. That's correct, Bill. One-time fee only. Robert, you asked a bunch of questions, but I don't know if I can read all that. That's too much to read. I'm not going to take the time to read all that. Make your questions smaller, and I'll be glad to do that. But the sessions are recorded, and if you don't make a live session, then they are all recorded and are all available to you. Like today, if you go over into the resources, then this morning I had a 3-hour training that I set up, and I already have it available and ready for you right now today to view. So this morning's training is already online and available for you to see that. It's for any of the platforms: NinjaTrader, MT4, TradeStation, Multicharts. If you buy a package, can you use it on both platforms? No, you need to have a separate license if you want to run it on multiple platforms. So if you buy Ninja, you'll need to buy one for MetaTrader 4 as well. We do allow a 50% discount for a multiple purchase. So if you buy one and you want to buy a second license, then we give you a 50% discount for your second license. Yes, we'll give you 1 week. Absolutely. You can pay on Monday. That's not a problem. The price is good anytime. What is the tick speed optimizer? That is our gearbox and the gear changer. What it does is it allows you to see charts. Let me go over and show that for you real quick. But it gives you an optimized tick speed for the markets that you trade in. So if you like to set up a chart, instead of guessing at what the tick speeds are, the gearbox shows you exactly what that speed is. So if I go over to my S&P 500 market, then you can see the gearbox is a tool that's right here. It tells you these right here are the optimal speed settings for the market tomorrow. Not today, but for tomorrow. See, today's speeds I had set up right here: 1121, 2242, 4484, and so forth. These were today's speeds, and they yielded some really good trends. Tomorrow, these are set up as this: 1223, 24, because you can see over time the markets breathe. And as the markets breathe, you can see an expansion of volatility and contraction. Volume comes in and comes out. If you're sitting on the same tick charts, then you're going to be left behind. So we optimize our speeds to make sure we're always in tune or in harmony with the market. Mike, I'm sorry, it does not work on E-Trade. And yes, Chad, it does work on both your laptop and your desktop. If you have to travel, there's no problem with those. There's no additional cost or charge for doing that at all. Any of the platforms will work for you. If you don't know any platform, then if you have an account set up somewhere else, you might want to look at a like NinjaTrader account that allows you to integrate multiple accounts into your platform. The gearbox is not included with today's purchase. The gearbox is a separate purchase. What we're offering you today are the Hawkeye starter package, which is all of our volume tools. All the tools for volume are included in today's purchase. The gearbox, the gear changer are both tools that are available in our professional package only. Or you can purchase it separately as an add-on if you wanted to purchase that. If you want to see what the gearbox is all about, then we are offering a subscription to the Hawkeye Insider, where you can see the online version of the gearbox and the gear changer. So if you go under products and you can see the gearbox, we have a gearbox online. So every single day you get the calculations from our gearbox, but we print it to you in the membership area. If you subscribe to the Hawkeye Insider, then you'll have access to this every single day. So all of the futures markets that we have listed, the top 20 equities from each day, so you'll see the top 20 highest volume markets of the day are printed here, along with their tick speeds if you are doing intraday trend or scalping, and including the top 20 Forex markets as well. Okay, so all of that is updated daily and available to you as a membership into the Hawkeye Insider, along with the other information that you see on that. Good, DC. I look forward to seeing you as well. You have two computers with TradeStation. With the will they work on both? If it's the same account, then yes. If you can run TradeStation, then you can run our software. Well, of course it'll work on a 377 tick. That's the old standard 377, right? 377. Yep. A fib number. Yeah. So, but we do it in tune with the market. So you can trade with any tick chart that you want. No, not a problem at all. Absolutely. So well, the Forex markets, if you look at that, you can see the futures markets. You can see the 6A, 6B. These are all the Australian dollar, the British pound. So these are all like the 6As, the 6Bs. These are the futures markets for the currencies. The Forex markets, however, are the ones that you want to use if you're trading Forex, because they are going to have different volume. They're going to be similar, but you are going to be using the volume on the Forex market because there's a whole lot more volume in the Forex than there are on the futures accounts, because these are just all dollar denominated futures markets. These are all of the cross pairs. Absolutely. We always make the gearbox part of all of our training. So all you do, and I'll make that real simple for you. You can see there are 4 different speeds listed here. Okay. So if you're trading Apple and you set your charts up, then you set up 4 charts at these different speeds. And I'll pull up an example right here. Okay, I've got the S&P 500 set up here as an example. I've got 4 charts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I have all of my tools assigned to those. So if you're only looking at volume and you want those set up, then you would set up 4 charts just like these. And on each chart you would set these time frames up to those 4 tick speeds. 392, 784, 1568, and 3136. And then you just trade like you normally would, using the primary charts to trade from are your fast chart. If you're scalping, you use the cyan colors, but for your primary trading, this would be your fast chart. This is your primary trade chart. Then you confirm volume on your second time frame, and you confirm volume on your third time frame. So this is 1, 2, 3. Primary trading chart, confirmation, confirmation. If you like faster charts, then this becomes your primary. Then you use your fast and normal as your confirmation charts. And then I also show you during our live training exactly how to use those on your setups. Our product, John, is not standalone. You must have one of the following platforms, and I send that out to you, in order to run our software. So the platforms are TradeStation, NinjaTrader, MetaTrader 4, eSignal, or MultiCharts. And then our software will load and run on those platforms. Norm, absolutely not. Our indicators load up and are lightning fast on NinjaTrader. At least on my platform they are. This webinar has been recorded and will be made available through email later on. Absolutely. Yes, we do have templates set up. So as you can see, this chart is set up. I can load up any of the analysis groups that I have saved to change the setup or the settings that are here. So you can see I do have a Hawkeye volume set up also for that. And there are also workspaces that are available that allow you to load these up and to use them when you purchase. So NinjaTrader as well. There are also templates. MetaTrader 4, there are templates. So you can see that any chart or any setup you can apply. So if you were to pull your charts back over, this is again is a 5 range bar. If I wanted to apply a template, then I can load that template and apply that to the chart. So I go down to my Hawkeye tools, I'll look for my Hawkeye volume. I like a black background, so I'll assign that to a black, and then you can see that I have a 5 range bar with bars that are colored with the Hawkeye volume. Looking at that, if you don't like the range bars set up on that, then you can always change that to a candlestick to give you the appearance of that. Pivots really don't work in range bar, so it's very easy to turn those off or to remove them. There you go. So volume really is the key for what you're looking at. For IWM, yep, that's right. These were yesterday's numbers. We haven't updated this today yet, but these are the numbers that are calculated based upon previous day, previous week's volume and volatility. And we're using our algorithms to go through and sift through the overall movement and volume of expansion of the market using average true range and standard deviation to determine an optimal speed setting. So the speeds that you showed there for the Russell market are optimized speeds for today's market. Now, in about 1 hour, they will be updated for tomorrow's market. And so when you log in tomorrow morning, you just update your tick speeds for that market and start your trading. And they don't change through the day. They'll stick at those same numbers throughout the day. But you just simply move back and forth between the values that you're looking at. All right, I think that's about it. Are there any last minute questions before I go ahead and close this session down? I think I've taken care of most of the questions. If I missed your question, please repeat it now. I'll be glad to answer that. No, the Hawkeye Gearbox does not come with the $97 offer. But if you do take the upsell link to subscribe to Hawkeye Insider, you do get access to the online version of the Hawkeye Gearbox to try and evaluate it for 30 days. If you like it, but you don't want to purchase the indicator, then you can continue to subscribe to the Insider at $97 a month if you want to stay giving access. And you'll have full access to the Gearbox online in addition to that. If you're running an Apple Macintosh, then most of these platforms don't run on a native Mac OS, so you will have to have a simulator available, either Parallels or some other that will give you a PC environment. So a Windows environment, you're running at least Windows 7, and then any of the platforms will run in the Windows 7 environment. Do not do NinjaTrader 8 beta. Only use NinjaTrader 7 for now. NinjaTrader 8 beta is not going to work with the software because there's major changes on NinjaTrader 8. You're very welcome. Five o'clock p.m. 5 o'clock p.m. is the time the normal Gearbox updates itself. But the online version can be updated anywhere between 5 and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time US. Right now we do not have any plans for Sierra charts, I'm sorry to say. Bill, the special we're offering you today is just $97 for one-time fee. I mentioned $97 a month, and that was for the Hawkeye Insider subscription. That's the upsell that's offered to you after you purchase. But the $97 is a one-time cost for your software only. You're very welcome. All right, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate all the questions and getting to meet all of you. I look forward to meeting all of our new customers in the Hawkeye training room. on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I will be the host for those training rooms, so I'll be more than glad to get you guys up to speed on all the training that's available there. So please visit us on our website, www.hawkeyetraders.com. If you need any more information, or if you'd like to learn more about our our software. All right, so thank you very much for your time. You guys have a great rest of the week, and I will see you guys in the training room. Bye for now.